Hello guys, this is Karan, your friend on Road to Success, and we'll be continuing with lecture 2 of chapter Evolution, class 12 biology. If you haven't watched the other videos, go check out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe the channel, like the video and share it with your friends. Let us continue with evidences of evolution. Let us talk about morphological and anatomical evidences first. So, the presence of similar organ systems indicate common ancestry. What is homology? Homology is similar organs of different animals, and this is based on the common structures or the embryonic structures. Homologous organs are the organs with the common origin and same fundamental pattern, but they perform different functions and are varied in appearances. So, example of homologous organs are seal flippers, bird wings, bat wing, horse forelimb, and human arm. Also, legs and mouth parts of various insect group and thorns and tendrils of some plants like cucurbita and bougainvillea. Homology confirms divergent evolution or adaptive radiation. What is adaptive radiation? It is the evolution of new forms in several directions from the common ancestral type. So basically, a common ancestral type is radiating new forms in other directions and they are settling. And example, the limbs in mammals are variously adapted for climbing, flying, running, swimming, and burrowing. So these are the homologous organs. We will see that the structure is the same, but the appearance is different. This is the human arm, dog's forelimb, bird's wing, and the whale's flipper. So, and these are the thorn and the tendrils of bougainvillea and cucurbita respectively. They are of the same origin, but they have the different functions. One is the protective and other is for climbing. Next, let us talk about analogous organs. These are different in basic structures and developmental origin but perform the same function. Examples are wings of butterfly, which are chitinous, bird's wing are feathered, pterodactyl and bat's wing, that is skin fold. Next is the fins of fishes and flippers of whale. Then the cephalopods and vertebrates eyes, leaves and cladodes, and tuberous root and potato. So, study of analogous organ illustrates the occurrence of convergent evolution. That is, different species having different basic structures but performing the same function. The insect's wing, pterodactyl's wings, bird's wing, bat's wing. The function is the same but the structure is different. Similarly, shark's fin, penguin's wing, and dolphin's flipper are different in structures but perform the same function. Next, let us talk about some vestigial or the rudimentary organs. These are actually the useless remnants of structures or organs which are These are useless remnant structures or the small structures present in the body which might have been large and functional in ancestors, such as vermiform appendix in man, nictating membrane, auricular muscles, vestigial tail in vertebrates or the coccyx, that is the tailbone which is very small in human body, then the wisdom teeth, mammary glands in males and body hair. Let us talk about atavism or the reversion. This is the reappearance of certain ancestral structures which has been either completely disappeared or greatly reduced. Okay, so occurrence of short tail in babies, additional meme, large canine teeth, power of moving pinna, and very long and dense hair are the examples of atavism. Next, let us talk about embryological evidences. So, homology in embryos of closely related vertebrates indicate evolutionary relationship of adult vertebrates. Haeckel gave the recapitulation theory or the biogenetic law which says ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. That is, life history recapitulates evolutionary history, which means an organism repeats its ancestral history during its development. For example, we see a frog larva which is fish-tailed, which can swim in the water. From here we can derive that frogs have been evolved from fish-like ancestors. Fawn bear is considered as the father of modern embryology. Next, let us talk about retrogressive metamorphosis This is as the metamorphosis happens, the Ascadian tadpole loses all the corded features as it becomes an adult Ascadian. That is, we can see the early tadpole larva has corded features like notochord, nerve cord, and has a tail with which it can swim in the water. But as metamorphosis happens, this adult Ascadian becomes terrestrial. So, here larvae has helped in determining its corded nature. Next, let us talk about neoteny. Neoteny is retention of larval features. This is the opposite of retrogressive morphosis. Neoteny provides evidences in favor of evolution through natural selection. Axolotl larva is a type of salamander which is an example of neoteny. Here, adult retains the embryonic trait, or we can say it doesn't even go metamorphosis. We can see that it has a tail with which it can swim in the water. Let us talk about precocious development, which is gonadal development occurring in the immature larval or the pre-adult animal. These are, these are present in some animals like salamanders. Now, talking about paleontological evidences. What is paleontology? It is the study of past life based on the fossil records. Now, paleontological evidences are the most direct and most reliable evidences for evolution. What is fossils? Fossils are the petrified remains or impressions of organisms that lived in past and got preserved in the sedimentary rocks. Bones, teeth, shell, impression or imprints in soft mud or the molds, and the cast of entire organisms. Okay, so study of fossil plants will be called as paleobotany, and study of fossil animals is called as paleozoology. Let us study about different methods of fossilization. Fossilization can be done through intact preservation, petrification, molds and cast, impression, mummies and tracks and trace. Now what is the medium through which fossilization happens? It can happen on sedimentary rocks, amber, asphalt, volcanic ash, ice, peat bog, sand and mud. Now, age of fossil is found out by dating of rocks in which it was found, which is known as geochronology. Dating system is known as clock of rocks. So, this is the fossilization on the sedimentary rock. This is the mummification of a wolf. These are the tracks, and this is the petrification of starfish. Now let us talk about geological time. Now geological time is a chronological order of history of evolution. It's like order of history of evolution which is based upon the study of fossils. Geological time is divided into eras, periods and epochs. We will be talking these in the further lectures. We will see that in the geological time, varied mass extinctions have happened. Now, what is mass extinction? It is the death and disappearance of large group of plants and animals over a short span of time. It could be due to the crash of a meteor or comet with Earth, or due to the drifting or coalescing and breaking apart of continents. Okay, so largest mass extinction that came at the end of Permian was about 250 million years ago, and and the most well-known extinction happened at the KT boundary, that is the boundary between the Cretaceous and the Tertiary period. This was the dinosaurs extinction which happened around 65 million years ago. Now let us talk about connecting links. Some living organisms connect links between two different groups of organisms. That is, living organism possessing characters of two different groups of organisms, like viruses is a link between non-living and living. Euglena is a link between plants and animals. Peripatus is between Annelida and Arthropoda, and Balanoglossus is between cartilaginous and bony fishes. Now, missing links are the fossils that show combined feature of two groups and are termed as missing links. Archaeopteryx is a link between reptiles and birds. So this is a Archaeopteryx. So Archaeopteryx has a toothed beak which has a reptilian character. Winged claw, which is also again a reptilian character. Airfoil wing with contour feathers. It's a bird character. Long tail with many vertebrae is again a reptilian character. So it has the features of both the reptile and the bird group. Next, let us talk about molecular and physiological evidences. So, similarity in the biochemical composition, reaction and physiological activities evidences is the most convincing evidences of the common ancestry. Aspects of biochemistry that include biochemical affinity like metabolic processes, enzymes, hormones, blood and lymph, blood proteins, blood group and molecular homology. The blood protein tests have helped us to find out that man is nearest to the great apes, that is, the gorillas and chimpanzee, and next nearest in order are the old world monkeys, the new world monkeys, and the tarsiers. So, genetics show final line of evidences for evolution. Genetic mutations provide raw material for evolution and give rise to new species. So, these are the evidences which has helped to find out that evolution has happened. Hope you have understood this lecture. If you haven't watched the other videos, go check out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe the channel, like the video and share it with your friends. Bye.